WURD Philadelphia. Black Talk Media.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
Welcome to the Green Hour, WURD at 96.1 FM and also 900 AM on the weekend, sponsored by Celia. I'm your host, Dr. Paul Hopkins. We're here every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. You can also find us online at www.wurdradio.com and in the community. My co-host is health advocate Bill Morgan. Bill, you there?
Got it, buddy, right here.
And each week we bring clarity to the conversation about health and environment. We encourage clean living from the inside out. A centerpiece of this is maintaining a healthy lifestyle and getting informed about the connection between good health and what is happening in the world around you. It includes what you consume, what you wear, what products you use on your body, how you clean your home, what you drive, what you purchase, and the decisions you make every day. On the Green Hour, we will focus on the environment as a key part of our social integrity, and on the Green Hour, we will focus on how the people and the planet are one. Without further ado, welcome, family. All right, Mike Moore, Mike Moore.
Yes. Good afternoon.
And Bill 1L Morgan, how you doing, there,
I'm good.
Well, you know, I say it is a always good day to be here on the Green Hour to talk about the stuff that's going on in the world. You know, a little cloudy today, sort of partly cloudy. How's the weather over there, by the way, Big B?
Same thing, just cloudy over here, but you know what? The weather feels good outside, that kind of thing, you know?
Yes,
so I'm not going to
yes.
complain. No humidity, so good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no humidity. We came through that stretch of the humidity. You know, the frizziness of the hair and things like that. Now it got a little cool outside. People were like, what's going on? That's what you got to watch that, because that can, you know, make people back and forth from cold and hot, you know, can mess you up a little bit. So be careful.
That's right. Hey, Mike, hear what he said? People, what did he say? Call frizzy hair. Shut the front door. Frizzy ball. You better leave me alone. You know, I couldn't pass that up.
Hey, Big B, you know what? Somebody just dropped me some news today, man. It just shook me a little bit. But, you know, I'm at the same time, you know, I'm sad, but I'm also glad at the same time.
Very much so.
If you haven't heard, Mike Moore, our super producer here on the Green Hour, has now challenged, and he's moving forward to another career doing things. Mike Moore, let me tell you, brother, I'm going to miss you, man. I am truly going to miss you, man. I want to thank you so much. And if you haven't heard, Mike Moore is going to be doing some great things moving forward in his production career and all the things. Mike Moore, you still there, man?
I am.
Man, tell us what's going on to those who have not heard what's going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, next Sunday will be my final day producing at WURD Radio. So it was a little bit. But,
we are going to miss you. We are going to miss you, but you know what? So is this going to be more production work you're going to be doing?
Yes. So,
and that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, more full time, and so you know, because of the demands of my career, and as a audio technician, an audio engineer, audio producer, and an instructor, you know, now to be able to take it on more full fledged. Unfortunately, it required me. I had to make a tough career move, so it's pretty bittersweet actually.
Brother,
absolutely, it's bittersweet because Mike, this is part of the whole stepping of your development and your career, young man. You know, you got so much great talent. Your technology skill is just personified, brother. You are absolutely excellent when it comes to being on point to timing. See, a lot of people got knowledge, but they don't know how to have technique at the same time.
Man, don't you know?
I can tell you that you have that skill and technique to sort of tune right into the, to the shows that you produce, which is something that's very rare and it's hard to teach. That's a hard thing to teach. You just got to catch it. It's not taught, it's caught.
Right.
Yes, they say in spiritual terms. So you actually catch it, man. And I'd say whoever you work with, I'm sure we're gonna hear great things from the projects that you're working on. So, man, we're gonna miss you, bro.
Absolutely.
We really, truly are gonna miss you.
Got your back.
Next Sunday,
Next the final day,
Mike
man.
Moore's last day. So, family, give Mike Moore a shout out. Will you be on? Will you be producing shows all during the week this week? Anything that you're doing?
As far as I know, I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet, but I know I definitely be on Sunday. My normal time as always.
Okay.
But hopefully,
party,
man, we need to
set them up right. I'm setting them up right. I'm setting them up right.
I'm gonna act surprised.
I want everyone that's listening, to send out your shout outs to Mike Moore for all that he's doing for not just the Green Hour, but for all the hosts that he's produced, also for the entire WURD family. Because in order for you to get that information, you got to have the producer on the backside that's really making it happen, man. And and Mike always kind of laying back and like, I ain't doing nothing. She's doing everything, y'all. Making it happen back there.
You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it, man. You gotta sell it. That's part of the job.
Hey,
people don't realize it. When people say, Doc, you should have said this, you should have said that. I said, y'all don't realize what's going on when the commercials are going and all these other things. We got a million things going on in our ear that you don't hear. You don't hear. And papers flying in front of us. And read this right quick. Michael sent me
I'll jump on it, man.
Read this
right now. I'm going to tell you when. I'm going to cue you right now. Here you go.
You got 5 seconds. So much is going on. And you tend not to get that credit. So, man, I want to say, you are to be honored, my brother. We support you in everything you do. I'm going to keep you on the list, brother, because, Yaron, my son Jaron, he is jumping off, man, and he's doing it. So we're going to need some production, remixes, mastering. We're going to need all that. So we're going to be in contact, brother.
Say no more.
And matter of fact, is he on now? Did you happen to reach out to him?
Getting there now.
Yeah.
I got you. I'll let you know.
He graduated this week.
Yeah, I saw my boy. I can't take it. That's what's up.
And, I
was jealous because I wish it was me again.
Yep. So Yaron, a.k.a. Jaron Elijah Hopkins, as his born name, but he is actually Yaron, which actually means to sing and cry out. That's what his name means. It's a Hebrew name that actually means to sing and cry out. And he's doing exactly what his name requires him to do. And he won a graduation award. He won with honors at Benjamin Rush, Arts Academy of Benjamin Rush. He won the Vocal Legacy Award. In addition to, we didn't see this one coming. He won that, and also the Future Leaders Award. So he's sitting there talking like, he's like, Dad, I'm sitting there, and they're running off the name of this person. They said this person that's doing community, that's doing this, and he said, I'm in my mind thinking like, who the heck is this? What they talking about? And then you should have seen his face. I captured his face when he just, oh my goodness, what was what? Help me! And he got up. And, he did something, Big B, that I was really proud of, Papa. And I didn't even know this, but he actually took every one of his teachers. He wrote a note to every teacher that he was, from every class from the time he entered the school. Yes, he did. He thanked them all.
See, that's what's up.
He thanked them all and said, thank you for my education and being a part of my education. So I was like, you know what?
Listen, Papa, let me tell you something. That's proud parenting. So you start no mess. Look, well, you don't want to accept it, but that's where it's at. Thank you, brother.
And I tell you, I would say God be the glory, man.
Yes, sir, man. I know that's right.
Lisa and myself, we're very proud of him and all
Yes.
accomplishments and all. So is he on the line right now? Did you get him, man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You're
Ron.
on.
What's going on,
Yo,
son? How you
going on,
doing,
man?
I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying?
I can't stand you, right? Because first of all, you got hair, and then you got skills, boy.
Look like Jimi Hendrix right there, right?
Yeah, you know, right? Hey,
Yeah.
I sent him a note, man. I'm so proud of him. I don't know what to do. That's what it's all about.
And we always talk about it on the Green Hour,
Yes.
mind and body, about the full accomplishment of what we talk about here on the Green Hour. So that means family also. So
Yes,
that's why we
very much
focus on that. And those that have been listening for a long time, you've always heard Yaron come on with the Kama Sailor group, with the dance group, ever since he was very young. And Jaron, what you got to say for yourself, man?
I'm just grateful, very grateful for just the opportunities that this radio show has presented. First, I like to thank of course my pop. I got to thank Mr. Bill Morgan. I like to also give a special shout out to Mr. Mike Moore. I was told that this is one of his last radio sessions. And I just wanted to thank you, man, for always, playing my songs, being supportive,
Man,
and
it's been
just
a pleasure.
being a real down-to-earth dude, man. I really appreciate you,
Absolutely.
man. I wish you the absolute best moving forward and doing your big productions. I just feel blessed right now, and I'm grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Jaron, you pretty much you've done some great things, man, and you're looking forward to your new career going into, at Drexel University. You got a 4-year scholarship, which is proud papa that you've gone beyond expectations.
Yes.
But what, you and I we had a talk just yesterday. It actually was the day we had a long talk. And it starts with, planning this out. I remember when Jaron first came to me, and when we actually moved in location to move towards the school, because I knew that I didn't want him having to get into the transportation issue. So I moved closer to the school for that. And it was interesting. I remember, Jaron, we had this little sit down around when the ninth grade, it was funny. We're laughing now. But it was so powerful then, because it was like, I sat him down, took him out to eat, and I said, you're in the 9th grade. It's time for you to start to do and develop things now, okay? So we're going to look for all the schools. And I said, I'm looking at schools, and I'm looking at Drexel. I like Drexel's film program because, he's into the directing and the acting and all this stuff. And I said, that looks like very good. And I love their program because it's part of it's going to be in Hollywood. You're going to be in Hollywood. He's like, okay. And then I said, I think that's good school for you. He said, Dad, he said, I really appreciate you. He said, but
well,
he was like, but Dad, I know you really have a lot of confidence, but I don't know, Dad. That is, first of all, my grades ain't too good right now. He said, my math. I said, no. You're going to be. He said, but Dad, do you know that's Drexel University? You know how much that costs? I said, no, you will do well. You got it? And I said, not only that, but you're going to get better. And then once you get better, you're going to get a scholarship. I did. Didn't I tell you that, Jared?
Yeah.
He said, I appreciate it, Dad. I don't know, though.
hey.
So I would say that to those that are, the parents, you got to sow the seed. We got to continuously sow seed into the youth. And we have to also put it in the universe. We got to put this out in the universe because that's part of your health too. When you want to get well, you got to start talking about being well. You got to stop saying, oh boy, you make me sick. Oh man, I'm so tired. I don't know what to do. You got to stop putting those words of defeat in your speech. Yes. And now start to push things forward. And that means even putting words on your children. Mm-hmm. You got to speak life over your children that you're going to do well. This is what you're going to do. They need to hear that. Mm-hmm. They need to hear it all the time. So with that, continue to do what you're doing, Jaron. We love you. And
Yeah,
you know,
buddy.
and I know you wanted to come
Love you
on
too.
just to shout out. I know you wanted to shout out to Mike Moore because he was like, when he heard Mike, when he heard about you leaving, he was like upset, man. He was like, oh man, my man Mike is leaving.
That feels such a soft
Calm
spot in my
down.
heart, man. You know, it really does. Because I could
we
only
know that
imagine.
Yes, but you know what, Big B? This
Yeah.
is a graduation for both of them. How
Yes,
about
sir,
that?
buddy.
Mm.
This
Exactly.
is a graduation
Exactly.
for both of you.
I like
You
that.
both are graduating. The only thing guaranteed is change.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it?
Yeah.
Amen. That's so very
and,
true.
And with that, you both are going on to do bigger and greater things. So I applaud you both. Give yourselves a hand.
Yes,
Yes, gentlemen. You are doing great things, and I mean, these two guys are in media, Big B. You might
Dr.
want to
Paul,
see some movies. You're going to see some television, artists,
I know that's
everything, man. So
Man,
start it right here on the green now.
Hey, look, the power of success is in your tongue.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So,
You know where
Jaron.
I'm going with that, right? That's what it's all about.
Yes.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
thank you, Jaron. I appreciate you for chiming in, man. We appreciate you.
Yep.
And we got you
Always.
back, Jaron. Whatever you need, you just holler.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, Big.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
All right, Big B, let's talk about what's going on, man. There's a lot going on in this world, man. You know, I threw some of the articles out there for you that are on Facebook that I post. But the first thing, before we go there, I know you want to give out your numbers, COVID numbers on our favorite website. Bring the folks up to date on what's going on around the world.
All right, guys. As of 16 minutes ago, the quick facts on the COVID count is, and by the way, that is the encode2019.live. That's our resource that, I'm going to tell you something, that always hits it right on the head and gives us good mental health moment at the very end. Right, Dr. V?
That's right.
Our total confirmed cases, guys, right now is 176,590,992. Let me go with that again. Total confirmed cases, 176,590,992. Total critical cases worldwide, 85,084. Total disease cases, 3,816,480. Total active cases, 17,406,248. Total recovered.
Oh,
Big
man, I'm going to miss
Mike.
this sound right here.
Bam, 158 million. Dr. P, 886,817, man.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
From 176
Did
to
you
158 million.
Did you say 158 million people?
Yes, sir, buddy. Recovered. Totally recovered.
Totally recovered.
Yes,
Totally
sir.
recovered. That's the shout, y'all.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Big time.
and you know what, Big B? Some point in time, you know, does it feel that we should be moving back and now starting to analyze what was and doing a feasibility study on what is it that some of these 158 million people are doing that
I was
may be
just about to say
showing some characteristics that can be
Yes.
shared with everybody else?
Yes.
I bet you it's
No
going.
one's done it.
Nobody's doing it, but I think after a certain amount, you got a lot of data here. This is a
Yes,
great
sir.
website. If you're looking at this website for the very first time or listening for the very first time on the Green Hour, you can go to that website. Big B, give them that website
That
they can go
website
to.
again is ncov2019.live. That's www.encode2019.live.
One more time.
Again, it's ncov2019.live.
All right.
And
Thank you,
listen,
everybody.
if anything else, it's the best mental health moment that you'll ever find every day, with
Oh,
all
that's
the other
awesome.
stuff you're hearing on the news these days.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, there are some things that are going on, Big B. You know, on the last 3 weeks now, I've been going over saying you got to watch what's going on in India right now.
Mhm.
Watch what's going on in
Yes,
India.
yeah.
Now,
Yes, sir.
that has been what we call the Delta. You know, we talked about the Delta
Delta
and how
variant,
the Delta
yes, uh-huh.
variant was actually gaining ground, and of course it was, you know, devastated India, and now
Yes.
it moved into the UK. And then we talked about just last week how this is sort of getting in the way of their Freedom Day, which is going to
Yes.
be released. I believe it's June the 21st, this
Right,
week
uh-huh.
coming up.
Uh-huh.
And they're talking about, we don't know what we need to do here. Are we going to open up or close now? Because now they're showing, there's one article where even in China, You see the
Yes,
one
I'm
with
looking at that
China?
article right now.
Yes, China's latest outbreak, and this is breaking news as of the last couple of hours. This is actually in about, I guess, in the last less than 24 hours.
Okay.
Read that article there, Big B.
Okay, here we go. As the Delta variant of the coronavirus spreads in southeastern China, doctors say they are finding that the symptoms are different and more dangerous than those they saw when the initial version of the virus started spreading in late 2019 in the central city of Wuhan. Patients are becoming sicker and their conditions are worsening much more quickly. Doctors told state-run television on Thursday and Friday. Now, 4/5 of symptomatic cases, developed fever, they said, although it was not clear how they compared with the earlier cases. Now, the virus concentration that are detected in their bodies climbed to levels higher than previously seen and then declined only slowly, Up to 12% of patients become severely or critically ill within 3 to 4 days, guys, of the onset of symptoms. Said, the director of critical care medicine at the Sun Yat-sen University in the city of Guangzhou, where the outbreak has been centered. Now, in the past, the proportions had been 2 to 3%, although occasionally up to 10%. Doctors in Brazil and Britain and Brazil have reported similar trends with the variant that circulate in those countries, but the severity of those variants has not yet been confirmed. And it goes on.
Yes. So what's happening here? Just to paraphrase what's happening, they're seeing this variant in China, and this is the thing that's starting to get them concerned, is that this moving quicker. So where the incubation period may be from the time someone was infected happened maybe 3 weeks or so, or even like 12 to 14 days. Now they're seeing it in 4/5 of the time, which is actually symptoms are happening quicker, and it says moving, and they're tracing it back to that Delta, the Delta now, saying that the variants of the Delta are really what's happening. So now their numbers are starting to increase over there again, because it's moving at a severity rate of the variants, meaning that it's more submissive, it's more contagious. So, matter of fact, they're calling it they're labeling it the variant of concern. That's
exactly. I was just looking at that.
Yep, they're calling it
right.
variant of concern. So they're really concerned, keeping their eye on it. We've been talking about this for almost over a month now.
Yes,
so we've known that this is it. So we got a little head start. Hopefully y'all been listening and doing the things that we talk about, which is building the immune system. Now, also, I want to go into, there's another thing that's going on, of course, with these cities. There's also Moscow. This is hot off the presses also within the last couple of hours, actually. Within the last maybe less 12 hours. Read that one.
Where it goes, Moscow shuts down their work week over massive COVID-19 spike. It says, guys, Moscow's mayor has announced a non-working week on June 15 to 19 in response to a spike in COVID-19 cases, as both the Russian capital and the rest of the country reported the highest number of our new coronavirus infections since winter. As of June 12, Russia's National Pandemic Task Force said that the daily tally of confirmed cases has risen by 47% over the past week, including more than a doubling in Moscow to over 6,700 cases in 24 hours. It cited 13,510 new infections nationally in the previous day. Moscow's mayor said restaurants, bars, and similar venues in the city may not serve customers after 11 p.m. until at least June 20th. And enforcement of, get this, guys, enforcement of mask and glove wearing on public transportation and in public places will be bolstered, with violators facing up to 5,000 rubles, which is $70. Meanwhile, Interfax quoted Russian President Vladimir Putin as saying that 18 million Russians have so far been vaccinated against the COVID-19. Russia has around 144 million people.
Yeah. So this is just now. This is hot off the press. This is actually Moscow shuts down.
Yes, sir.
Over this spike. So everyone's sort of gearing up and understanding that this Delta variant is coming through and is starting to peak its, ugly head right now. So again, we on the Green Hour, we want to talk about how do you build and prepare for something like that when it starts to come through. Make sure you still hey, some people are taking the mask off, moving around. That's their choice. But this is just something that you can start going to Google, start to look it up, family. Start to
Yes,
do the
yes.
comparison, look at the data. This is the real data that's going on worldwide. So start to compare this and make sure that you're making the proper decisions, because it's moving fast. And this is something that they're starting to show the numbers increasing. Got it? So Moscow and China starting to see moves on spikes. Got it? Okay, let's go to one more article.
Okay, the one the CDC schedules. Listen, guys, the CDC scheduled an emergency meeting on rare cases of heart inflammation after COVID-19 vaccinations. Okay, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention Advisory Group next week will hold an emergency meeting to review rare cases of heart inflammation following use of the Pfizer and Moderna coronavirus vaccine. The agency has documented 226 cases in people 30 years old and younger that meet its working case definition for myocarditis and pericarditis, though the agency is still reviewing over 200 additional reported cases in that particular age group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they're saying?
So saying that in both cases, Dr. is saying that the body immune system causes inflammation in response to an infection or some other trigger, according to the agency. Now, most patients have fully recovered, though nearly 20% still reported symptoms like chest pain or had an unknown status as of late May. Now, the majority of these cases reported were men. Now, listen up, guys. The emergency meeting of the CDC Advisory Committee on immunization practices includes a discussion of the condition, but does not include a scheduled vote of changing recommendations for the use of the vaccine. So why are we doing this study, okay? The CDC last month said that most reported cases happen in males age 16 and older, typically within several days of receiving the second vaccine dose, though some reports came after the first dose. These reports are rare given the number of vaccine doses administered and have been reported after the Moderna COVID-19 vaccination, okay? Particularly in adolescents and young adults, the agency said in its website, okay?
Okay. All right. So you see what's happening there. There are two types of situations going on, and this is both situations, myocarditis and pericarditis actually are forms of type of heart inflammation that's being followed up. So now there is an emergency meeting taking place. They're going to be doing that probably this week and find this to see what is causing this, because they're saying it's a rare situation, but it's happening more frequently after the second dosage. So just make sure that if you have a young person and that was under 30 years old, that has that, and some of the symptoms you mentioned, Big B, was what? There was chest pains, things like that, shortness of breath, shortness of breath, chest pains and things like that. Definitely see your doctor as soon as possible. All right, so we just want to make sure our family is on point with that. If you have a young person or a young person under 30 years old has had the vaccination, make sure you check with your doctor, okay?
I got a quick question for you. With the numbers dropping, when I say dropping, we're talking about age-wise, how then can we faithfully move forward with even vaccinating our young children if age is dropping?
Yeah. That's why the emergency meeting. They said, that it said emergency meeting. They're going to have to start to look at everything, even though the plan is not to change any legalities about how to, the processes are to take it. Still, they need to get together and start talking about this thing, because, on the grand horizon, you have this thing called the Delta coming this way. So now you got to start to sort of reboot and sort of reset yourself. And, here we are at the same time moving into the fall. So we're moving into the fall period now. That's when we know that the immune systems are going to actually be compromised even more. So here we are moving into the fall, sort of not looking like they want it to look, because it's not a good look when you have now going into the season where people's immune systems are going to be the weakest. Now you're having all these things starting to rise up. So keep that in mind, family. We're looking at the regular cycle of how this thing evolves. You know, the 2019, we said the 2019, COVID-19 2019 is starting to now take its course. Just like anything that's alive, it takes a course, and then it dies out. So now it's dying out. But now this is the variants. They always keep hearing, here's a variant, here's another variant, here's another variant. It's mutating. It's starting to grow. It's starting to now learn how to defend itself. So now that's what we got to keep an eye out for. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to go into talking about some of those things I talked about yesterday on my show about the spleen and the importance of the lymphatic system. But I want to go into talking about a little bit more things about those cathartics and also demulsants. All right, we're going to talk about a little bit more of that. We're going to come back. We do have callers lining up. We want to hear from you, but also we want to start to get into questions, concerns, and also we're going to get into solutions. How about that? All right, this is Dr. Paul, Bill 1L Morgan, the Green Hour. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, this is Juanita, owners of JD's Auto Body and Painting. We're located at 6300 Wayne Avenue, right there at the intersection of Wayne and Washington Lane.
We really like to thank all you WURD listeners for the support that you've given our business, and we really hope to see you in the future.
JD, tell them about our products and services we have.
We have a new state-of-the-art paint shop along with our body shop and detail shop. We can help you with the dents and scratches from the winter season.
Come to JD's Auto Body and Painting. Come on out and check us out. We're still honoring that WURD 10% discount. Give us a call, 215-848-5949. Again, 215-848-5949.
Thanks again for supporting our business. We really appreciate you.
See you at JD's Auto Body and Painting.
Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 5925 North Broad Street, open Monday through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This week's special on sale in the exclusive gift shop. 20% off all shungite bracelets, loose stones, pyramids, and spheres. All Himalayan salt lamps. All cell phone diodes used for neutralizing radiation. Also ask for the vitamins and specials for this week. All yours, that's right, but you got to say the key word. I listen to WURD and the Dr. Paul Show or the Green Hour, and you got it. They also carry yours truly, Dr. Paul's Green Drink, Colon Cleanse, and Eliminator, and Dr. Willard's Water. That's Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 215-549-4372, 215-549-4372.
For the past 10 years, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 5 million students from low-income families to low-cost, high-speed internet. We're working with both nonprofit partners and city leaders to create over 1,000 Wi-Fi connected lift zones in community centers nationwide. And now we're committing $1 billion to reach 50 million people with the connectivity, skills, training, and the resources they need to succeed in a digital world. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
You're listening to The Green Hour, exclusively on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD, Black Talk Media.
All right, and we are back, and this is Dr. Paul and Bill 1L Morgan and The Green Hour, and we're talking today about some good stuff. We're going to talk about how, what is it that you have to now start to reset again, get your immune system prepared, change of seasons, every change of seasons, that the summer is officially, I believe it's the 20th. Is that correct, Big B? I think that it's like June 20th, 21st, somewhere around there.
It's the 21st.
So it's the 21st, right? So now that knows that this is the time for change of seasons. So you have to start to now build the immune system. We say cleanse every change of season. Yes, so that's every summer, winter, spring, fall. You got to do something. So that means starting to cleanse, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse, but also building the immune system in preparation for the fall, which is coming through. Got it? Y'all find me? All right, now, what we have to do, we have to continuously do these things, but now we got to stay on point even more so because of what we talked about today. Delta variants, things like that coming up. Now, they're dropping the guard a little bit. I'm definitely saying we're dropping the guard here, and I understand why. It's politics, it's businesses. They had to get started. We got to move things forward. But I think that we need to do it in a way that's that's constructive, safe, and responsible.
Yes.
So at the same time, build the immune system, family, be secure, know that these things are still going on around the world. Check your international news sources also. Got it? That's the key. All right, Big B, we think we got some callers. All right.
All right, sure. Let me just sort of give the number out just in case. I know we got a couple of calls online, but let me give you the number out so that anyone else is listening can reach out to us. For those of you that are listening in the tri-state area, guys, you can reach us right here locally, 215-634-8065. Again, that's 215-634-8065. If you're out of the calling area, you can call us right here at 866-361-0900. Again, that's 866-361-0900. WRD Radio 96.1 FM 908 AM Black Talk Media, Philadelphia.
All right.
Dr. Paul, we've got two people, and right now I think we got Dolores. Dolores, you there?
Hello?
Yes, Dolores. How you doing?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Paul, and hi, Bill 1L Martin.
Hello.
Dr. Paul, I wanted to ask the question about the Shungite bracelet. What is the Shungite for?
Shungite. It's spelled Shungite.
Shungite.
Shungite. Yeah, Shungite is actually used to block radiation. It says 0 ohms. That means that there's no resistance to the actual stone. It's actually found, and actually it's not from this planet, believe it or not. It's it's a meteorite. It comes from Shungia, Russia. Got it? Shungia, Russia. And what it does, it actually grounds all radiation. So anytime you have one on, and if you're looking at us live on stream, you can see mine around here. See, can y'all see that? I have one that I carry all the time. Anyone around strong electromagnetic fields, people working in IT, people are just around the field. If you're working in front of a computer all day, a lot of people carry the Shungite stones, but that's what it is. It's a grounding stone. That's what it's for. And that's that means take it off of you. That's what it means. Take it off of you.
Okay. And with this 5G, Dr. Paul, is it something with the 5G that makes, like people, I hear a lot of people complain about headaches. Does the 5G have anything to do with some of this stuff in the atmosphere?
Well, you know what you can do? There is a lot of studies that are done over in Europe about 5G. And yes, when you are exposed to 5G, it's actually slamming against your cells. That's the whole point about the Shungite, that it's not slamming against your cells. And therefore, it's starting to cause issues of radiation buildup or electromagnetic field buildup in your body, which they know causes problems. So all you have to do is just look at the studies that were done on 3 and 4G back years ago, in Europe. Europe does all of these studies. As a matter of fact, it actually is in your phone information when you buy a new phone. It tells you that this may cause problems or cellular problems. So that's why we have to read, number one. But if you want to look into more studies about that, you would look into European studies with that. 5G is an accelerated version of the 3 and the 4. 5G comes from what's called millimeter wave concepts, which is actually military deterrence, things like that. So that's where people have to understand what that is. But also those that work on 5G, we did a whole show on this, by the way. We talked about 5G and the effects of how those that work around it are having issues with light, because it actually starts to it mimics the ability for the sun. So if you're actually around it all the time, your body can't distinguish between the 5G light and also that rays off the phone versus the light of the sun. So it tends to slow down the pineal production of things like melanin. So now melanin or melatonin actually gives you the calmative. It balances you out so that you can get some sleep. So the people that are around this all the time can't calm down. They're like, I'm always feeling like I can't get no sleep. I can't get no sleep. And then they're having anxiety issues. So yes, there's a lot of research out there. I would say just go online and Google and see what comes up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Let me see. Is Dolores, you still there?
Well, Dolores was the first one.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm sorry. Diane. I'm sorry. Diane. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. Diane.
Good evening, Dr. Paul, Brother Bill, and Michael.
Yes.
And I'm going to be real quick. I'm calling the rich Michael the best of success. I remember when he came on a lot, I told the young man, I said, I see greatness in you. I see greatness in you.
Yes,
But, you know, when our young people do great, our older people are going to do great. And I want to congratulations to you, Dr. Paul. You're a wonderful son. I mean, when you first told me about the scholarships he got for Gretz, I was jumping up and down. You thought that was my son. You know, just bring tears to my eyes when I see our young folks go and do great things.
Yes.
So I just, thank God for you and your wife, for your success. That is awesome. Wonderful young man. I just love to hear him sing. And also the green drink. Dr. Paul, let me tell you something about that green drink. You talking about energy? I can, it just gives me so much energy, and I haven't been getting sick like I used to. So I just thank God for that green drink.
All right. That's right. Full of, we say, land and sea. And, you know, kind of keep that moving. And it also blocks a lot of the toxins and things and pulls it out of you. So thank you so much, Diane. I appreciate your kind words. We really appreciate you. And definitely, I want to send a shout out always to the parents, you know, of the congratulations to all the graduates. And yes, Diane,
class of 2021, Dr. Paul.
That's
How
right.
about that?
2021. That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay. And thank you so much, Diane. We appreciate you. All right. And Big B, I want to go into this thing real quick because we talked about, you know, a while back, we talked about cathartics. And this is just to remind the family, you know, change of seasons, cathartics. That's spelled CATHAR, T as in Tom, ICS. Well, what are cathartics? They are laxatives and purgatives that will actually pulls things out of the body. So they're herbs that are usually used for things like constipation, you know, which of course constipation causes, which is actually the bowel movements or irregular bowel movements, you know, where now it starts, you know, some people will have either hard or loose stool. You know, of course, if it's loose, that's probably moving towards things like diarrhea, which actually means there's a foreign invader in the intestine. So cathartics are used because it creates, it either creates mucus or irritate the internal skin to increase mucus in the digestive system and that muscle to move the stuff out of the system. You know, and remember what mucus really is. It's the transient system for moving toxins out of the body. That's what mucus is. You know, we've got a bad expression of what mucus really is, but when you see excess amount of mucus, that means there's a foreign invader inside. Got it? So that's where we look for the specific herbs that help remove these things out of the body, and they're called cathartics. Okay, they're usually considered things like strong laxatives or purgatives, as I mentioned, and should be used with discretion, because you remember when you're using this, a lot of people are heavy meat eaters. So when you're doing heavy meat eaters, you have to do this in a rhythm. You know, don't try to do everything at one time, because that's when people start having issues with, you know, stomach or abdominal pains and things like that. So always go by the best recommendation from your health professional that gives you an idea what they are. So I just want to give you a couple of, not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul family.
I know, that's
things
right.
that are in the line of cathartics. That would be my favorite. Let me tell you, that's Senna tea. A lot of people going like, yes, I know what you're talking about. Doc. I know what you're talking about. That's Senna tea, Senna. Senna has the ability to group things together in a mass. You know, a lot of times with constipation, they come, you know, when your bowel movements are coming, they break in pieces, and therefore it causes problems because you never get a full bowel movement. But Senna has these things called glycocytes, which actually clump things together so that it comes into one ball or mass and then evacuates the body.
No, that's what's up.
I tell you, man,
great.
you can't see God, you ain't looking, bro.
Buddy, we know what he was doing.
Some people say that nothing else worked, but guess what? Senna works.
Yes.
Got it? So Senna would be one. The other one is called aloes. aloes, aloes, not to be confused with aloe vera. They are cousins, though. But aloes are bitters, and those bitters are things that can be found in places like South Africa. There's one called Cape aloes, Capealoes. That's two words, Cape aloes, found in South Africa, used as bitters to bind to toxins. That's what those toxins do. The herbs do. They go in and bind to toxins and then push it out or evacuate it out of the system. Now, one thing that I love about Cape aloes don't make you want to put your sneaks on, Big B.
Well, glory. Heard that.
All right. Don't make you want to put your sneaks on.
Oh,
you know
no.
how some you put on and you say, I got to stay close.
Well,
I got to stay
just
close to the house.
one of those, boy. You keep it rolling.
Not this particular one. Mike Moore, you over there? Because Mike would be a perfect example. If you have a job where you got to stand on post and you don't have time to be going to the bathroom.
Not at all.
That,
We on go, man. I'm on go.
you got, Mike said we're going to run about 20 minutes of commercials, y'all. So anyway, so the Cape aloes is gentle. It's moves slow. It's based on moving you gentle. So it just gives you Big B a sign to say, you know what? I think I gotta go.
Oh,
and it
that's
moves
cool.
Gentle.
I love that.
And it's actually is closer to the equator, or actually below the equator, because it's in South Africa. So that means it has a lot of energy to it. So Cape aloes would be the second one. All right. So I'm just giving you a couple of the cathartics. Now, one of the I want to go to the next one, was called demulcents. Now, demulcents are the slimy, mucilage, the brands of nature that actually deal with internal organs that soothe the protective lining of the intestines. They're like a slimy type of thing.
Okay.
And that's where we're going back to this. We did cover this a while ago, but I want to go back to it because of the time that we're in right now, where you got to start doing this because you're in change of seasons. So you want to start to get things like, things that have that mucus coating, that it's actually irritating the stomach a little bit, and it deals with constipation, common colds, and irritating the throat in the areas of just pushing this stuff out of the system as much as you can. Got it? So when you do this, that's when you start to look for things that are like here's one that I used to always see, Big B, okra. You like some okra?
I was just getting ready to say it, man. So you said slimy, first thing I said.
Yes. You really got to get in some good okra. I try to put a little stir fry, what we call flash fry, a little okra, because okra helps to move this stuff. Got it?
Yeah,
also,
yes,
not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food. This is food, y'all.
Yes,
Flaxseed. That's what flaxseed does. Flaxseed does the same thing. It moves the system, and it moves it, and by creating a roughage or slime, got it, in the intestines.
Okay.
That's also with marshmallow root. That's another one. Why people love Irish moss so much is for this very fact that it is one of the greatest demulcents. It actually pulls that stuff out of you. So it's like a dragnet, drags that stuff right out of your intestines. So if it can't sit in there, it can't do no damage. If it keep it moving, you got to keep it moving, Big B.
See, that's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that.
And there's also one, let's see, sassafras. That's another one. Yep, sassafras would be another one. So those are some of the ideas of some of those. I'm going to go to a couple of callers right now. Let's see, who do we have on the line right now? Let's see, Mike. Who do we have, Mike?
Let's go to Rick first. Rick from Germany.
Okay, Rick from Germany. Rick,
hey, man.
How you doing,
What's up, Rick? How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Big Bill, and hello to you, Dr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
First of all,
what's going on, man?
I'd just like to say, after that Dr. Blake show, and after your comments on heavy meat eaters, I would just like to say that if you can slow down your intake of meat, your health will greatly improve.
You're absolutely right, Rick. As you always are spot on, my brother, by bringing interesting conversation to the family. You know, when you're eating a lot of meat, you know, that descending side, the transverse, we say the ascending transverse, which is going across, and descending side, usually that's the side right around the spleen area, by the way, tends to have a lot of problems eliminating. You know what the biggest one that caused the most, Rick, out of everything that we see? The one that causes the most problem is the beef. That's it. The beef is the worst. Yep, the beef is the worst.
Why do you say that? Everybody's telling me I'm eating too much pork.
Well, pork is one thing also. All meat's going to have it, but it breaks down into an acidic ash. And the beef takes longer than all the meat. That's the problem.
All of them.
So the beef, yeah, all of them are bad. But the one that takes the longest and takes more energy out of
that's
the body,
interesting.
it takes more energy. It takes almost 85 to 90% of your body's energy to break it down. And that comes from beef. Yep, beef has always been a problem. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Usually when people have a problem, they say, oh, my left side, I feel that little pain on my left side. That's usually when it can't drop down. We had the thing on the family tree this week. Remember when we locked the hands?
Yes.
If y'all didn't see this, if y'all didn't hear the show, we actually did a show. I did a show on Family Tree on how to poop.
Yes, he certainly did, y'all. It wasn't, look, it almost made me cry.
How to poop, and how to release that by doing a simple procedure by locking your fingers together, raise them just before you're about to have elimination, raise it above your head, and then actually start to eliminate it out the body. All right? Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. And let's see. Big B. Oh, Mike, yo, you didn't. No, you didn't.
He didn't throw a hook at your ring.
He threw the Sandman chair at me. Oh, man, it seems like we move so fast. So I'm going to wrap this up, okay, because we got to go. Seems like just before we get moving, things like we have to start to pull back. But, hey, cathartics, demulcents, get those into your diet of the foods that you can eat to start to do things like that. Got it? You can also add these things like rhubarb. That's another one, rhubarb. Things like butternut. You know, the butternut, like the squash, things like that. Those help to move the digestive system also. We talked about the okra, the sassafras, you know, things like that. You know, marshmallow root, that's the herb. So all of those things play a big part of it, Big B. All right, family, we got to close out. Oh, I'll tell you, Mike Moore, we're going to miss you, man. We're going to miss you, brother. Hey, family, this is the Green Hour, and we got to sign off. But before we do that, if you want to contact me directly, you want to do a one-on-one assessment, you can do that, 215-779-7355. That's 215-779-7355. Or for an appointment, one-on-one, 1-877-377-2854. That's 1-877-377-2854. Or go to my website, www.drpaulherbs.com, and you can download some great articles and things that talk about what we talk about here on the Green Hour and my other shows.
Yes.
Got it? All right. Big B, I want to thank you, my brother. But guess what? We got to thank our producers, Michael Ledbetter, Laura Lomax, President, CEO, Sarah Lomax Reese, and the entire Lomax family. Thank you, Miss Beverly. We love you.
Yes,
and Mike Moore,
Yes, sir.
This is one. We got one more with you, man.
One more to go.
One more to go. We're going to wish you some great things, my brother.
Yes,
you continue to do what you do. And I mean everything I said about you, man.
You guys.
I'm going to brag on you every time I hear about you, all right?
I appreciate you.
Big B, 1L Morgan.
Yeah, buddy,
thank you so much, brother. Also, thank you for those research numbers, man. We appreciate all you're doing, man. Thank you.
Buddy.
And family, if you are listening, be encouraged. Hope you got some of this information. Share it with your family. And remember, if you're breathing,
got a shot. God bless everybody.
God bless y'all.